Mm-mm.
All right, yo, everybody, what's up, and welcome back to another episode of the APF podcast, episode 167. It is I, the most phenomenal man that has shocked the system, aka the coach.
It's your boy going for. I hope you guys are ready for this really nice podcast. If you are, please leave a like and comment if you can. Also subscribe. But let's get right into it.
So, all of a sudden, Kyrie wants out of Brooklyn, and I have no, I don't know, but I don't know how much you know, but me, this is all news to me. But it's not surprising that he wants out of Brooklyn because he just does not. He's not very a guy that just wants to stay in a place and wants to win. And when he's set up to win, he still loses in the end. So, do you know how this came about?
Well, it came about because uh, Chris Haynes reported that first he just reported Kyrie wants out of Brooklyn because they wouldn't give him a contract. They've been trying to do the contract extension for the last couple of weeks. I would probably bet, and they were unwilling to give it to him. So he basically said, "Look, trade me by the ninth, or I'm going to leave." Then we found out that they were going to give him the contract, but they would have to win a championship. So to me, that just made it sound like they really weren't serious about bringing him back, which is why he will leave. Now, that's really the antithesis of why he wants to now go. Now, they have a couple teams, obviously Lakers, Mavs, Suns. Phoenix is probably the team that has the most to give, that it wouldn't cripple their team. Like if the Lakers give players away, even though they have those three guys, I mean, it's going to be hard. The minutes you're going to bring in two injury-prone players and AD and Kyrie, you have to trust them to carry you through not only rest of the season but through a playoffs. But I think that Kyrie Irving wanting out of Brooklyn is just the finished product. He wanted out of Brooklyn earlier. Then, for whatever reason, maybe he thought if I behave, they'll give me a contract. And then when he came back around for that same contract he wanted, they said no. He decided to say, you know what, I'm gonna leave. And if you don't trade me now, I'm gonna leave in the free agency. Now, I think the bigger thing is Kevin Durant. Because Kevin Durant, as we all remember, is the only one of those three guys who signed a contract for that long of time, basically 4 years. The other two did not. That's why the other two are not only is one of them James Harden on this team, but the other one, Kyrie Irving, controls his own fate. Because, yeah, he can come in, have a great playoffs, lose in the second, maybe conference finals, and bounce. And go to LeBron with Russ Westbrook's contract of pretty much the same amount of money being off the books next year. But a lot of teams are not trying to find out the interest of Kevin Durant. Now, Kevin Durant did the same thing, right? Like I still think Kevin Durant wanted to leave. He wanted, he asked for the trade publicly, and I still think he wants to leave. Now he decided to stay because, as he, I guess, kind of found out, there was really no way for anybody to go and get his services. The capital that the teams would have to give up would be so egregious that he would have no good team to go to. And so, with that in mind, I think that's why he stayed. Kyrie Irving knew it was pretty much the Lakers, and the Lakers weren't willing to give the two number one picks. Now, are they willing to do that now? Because they have to give up the picks to get Kyrie Irving. They have nothing else. So that's why I'm thinking: Are they willing to give away those two number one draft picks? Excuse me, for Kyrie Irving for this year and next. Because obviously, if you get it this year, you would have to trade Russell Westbrook maybe to a Jazz because the Jazz are looking for him. Don't really know why. I mean, the Jazz are probably because the Jazz have so much capital they don't care. But I mean, I'm hearing two picks, Austin Reeves, maybe Schroeder. I mean, they just don't really have anybody. I mean, if the Nets trading Kyrie, they're just trading Kyrie to get him off their team, and then maybe a possible rebuild in the near future. But when I think about this in totality, this was the end result. Eventually, Kyrie was always going to leave, and I'm with him. It's stupid to think that you can tell a guy that you got to win a championship before I give you money. But I understand why they did it because you can't trust Kyrie Irving, especially those guys. I mean, you can't trust them to be on the court if there's any kind of turmoil in his life, he may sit out 5 games. Like, you remember when he set out all those games after the
Oh yeah.
January 6th? Everybody
Yeah.
came back to play basketball. He was like, I got to sit out like 12, like 10, 12 games. Sat all those games out without telling anybody, even though his teammates trying to come back and say, he told us, blah, blah, blah. I mean, he's been a complete headache for them. He doesn't play as many games, and as good as he's playing this year, that doesn't mean he may get a contract for them. But I think that they just did this to basically get rid of him. Now we have 5 more days, another week before the trade deadline. We'll see if he gets traded. I think the Nets will try and get a Russell Westbrook. Personally, it's 1 more year. Just put him with KD. After that year, Westbrook can go his way, and KD can try and see if he can get traded out for a team. But yeah, that's all I have on this Kyrie Irving situation as it is right now. There's nothing else for that situation.
So let's get straight to another real set of business, and is the All Star lineup with the starters and the reserve. So the starters, the stars I predicted were right. It was, you have Curry. So basically, it's probably been AD, like we said earlier. It's probably been AD, but since he missed more games and like the minutes and whatever, however they
Yeah, he missed
calculated.
so many games. It didn't. They just did. He didn't qualify. But the problem is that Jaren Jackson qualifies and he's only 13 more minutes. That was the issue.
And me personally, I like Jaren Jackson Jr., but he has been inconsistent this first half for me to even like, okay, give it to him.
Yeah, I mean, it's like Anthony Davis's numbers are just so impressive, and like clearly he's more important than Jaren Jackson Jr. I really don't really know why the coaches were like, let's pick Jaren Jackson Jr. It could be Jaren Jackson Jr. Like in their mind, they've seen him more. I get it if Anthony Davis didn't play enough games, but I mean, same thing with James Harden. He didn't qualify for games. And Anthony Davis didn't qualify, even though yes, he played 12 more minutes. Jaren Jackson, he qualified for enough games. Whatever that qualification number is, we don't know. Even though he missed like some crazy amount of games. I mean, Zion's missed a bunch of games. He's a starter, no problem, and I'm okay with that. I've been okay with Anthony Davis. The only one I'm not okay with is De'Aaron Fox not being there, because you gave Memphis to. Why not give the Kings to? I mean, Sabonis and De'Aaron Fox are the complete 1-2 punch that they've needed, and
And
De'Aaron Fox is averaging up almost the same points, more I think more assists and less rebounds than Paul George, and this team is better. So I really don't see why Paul George is there. That's got to be more reputation and all that type of stuff. So but you're gonna give
and
like
and
they.
OKC are like at the damn near bottom of the heap, and SGA got it.
I
I mean,
mean,
what his numbers are nice, but his team isn't.
yeah,
So
but they were.
Sacramento's team is nice, and the stats that both of them are putting up are nice. So
I mean,
it's got me confused.
I understand Shea Gilgis because his ascension this year as a player, as a playmaker, as a ball handler, as a number one guy has allowed the Oklahoma City Thunder to be viable for a playing spot. They haven't been viable for
And
anything.
the Clippers dropped him so easily. It was like,
I mean, right now in that Western Conference, I mean, I think the Warriors are probably like maybe eighth. I think like everybody's so bunched up. I mean, they lost 2 games in a row. They could be number 10 for all we know. Right now. So like the Clippers are there. Let me see real quick. Let me go Western Conference. Like yeah, the Warriors are eighth. I mean, yes, the Thunder are 13th now. I get it.
exactly.
Shea Gilgis, I mean, he's averaging what, probably around almost 28 points per game. You're gonna have to give him some credit. They are actually somewhat good this year. I understand why they are where they are. Um, putting him there. My only issue is I still think, I mean, either one of them, I would put De'Aaron Fox over any one of them. You know, the only reason I can understand Paul George is their team, but with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, I get why you may think to put De'Aaron Fox over him because his team is just not very good. If you look at
Yeah, and the Kings haven't been this on top in years. Literally, they haven't been there. They haven't been top five in so long.
yeah, I mean he's averaging 30.8 points on 50% shooting. I mean, I can understand why, yeah, 30 points, 4 assists, 4 rebounds, five is basically 30 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists. I mean, that's what Shai Alexander is averaging. He's 50% from the field as a guard in today's league. So I can understand why they decided to give him. I mean, those are absolutely crazy numbers from a guy. Remember, he's only 24 years old. He's only been in the league 5 years. Probably, I get it, man. I get why they put him in there. I still would have probably put De'Aaron Fox because you got to give respect to him and Sabonis. They've been so dominant, so good for that team. They're 2 games ahead, clear of everybody else in the West. So I would have put those two. I would have given Aaron Gordon a shot too. Aaron Gordon kind of been in there. He's had a very good year. I mean, there's just a lot of things that have really been changed for the All-Star team. But this is why I will continue to advocate for 15 players, and the reason why is because your league is 15 players. When the league was 12 and 12 was strictly because of the amount of teams in the league. That the NBA has been the NBA is willing to take away basketball games to make people play more games. So why not go out here and put 3 more players on the freaking All-Star team for these teams so that we don't ever have these issues. We go from 14 reserves to probably maybe 15 or maybe 17 or something. You need more players. Okay? You need more players. So
You need to give out more honors to people that actually, deserve it.
Like Laurie Markkinen I get it. He's been an interesting choice. Tyrese Halliburton is there strictly because James Harden couldn't be there. I'm happy for Drew Holiday getting that. I'm happy.
It's about time.
Yeah, I mean, that's good they gave it to him. There's no Mills has not been there. He's been their best player. He's been their second best player. He's their best defender. Defends can defend any position outside of center pretty well. So I understand why he's there. But this is why I think we need to go to 15-15. 3 more players, that's 3 more chances. And trust me, you won't get it wrong anymore than it is. Plus, why hasn't it been changed? Why haven't they ever thought about changing it? They want to change everything about the NBA. They trying to change rules. They're trying to make the offense more impactful. They're trying to lessen more games. They're trying to put in an in-season. They're going to put an in-season tournament next season or the next 2 years. So why isn't the All-Star game been changed to 15 players yet? There are 30 teams, 15 players. You can get more. Not only can you get more first time All-Star players, but you can get All-Stars that they deserve. Look how many All-Stars could have been for Damian Lillard, for Devin Booker, maybe. If they had
even CJ McCollum.
If you didn't have just the 12. I still think that needs to be changed. If I was a commissioner, that's the first thing I would want to change. I don't know how they do that, but that would be the thing I want to change personally. Is that
I think they would have to come into a consensus and see if it makes sense. Type of thing.
Players would be fine with that. I mean, that would be able to get them more money as well.
I mean, the players are fine, but it's like it's like there's a whole committee and stuff. They have to talk it out and see what they can do, see if it makes sense, see if it can be done.
Well, I think it should be done. I mean, it should be done. I mean, adding 3 more players from the West and East, that's pretty simple to me. You get 17 players, 17 reserves, basically. 17 reserves on each side, or 20 reserves or whatever it is. or 23 or however many you count. They're up to 14. So if I'm going to add 3 more reserve players, 3 more on each team, it's going to be 20 reserves. Now there should be 20. You would get far better teams. I get, and probably the reason why they don't do it is timing wise with like rotations. That maybe that's part of it. I would think 48 minutes. Generally the Stars play like maybe 20. Like it's very
They
weird
probably
how.
play like half the game.
Yeah, they used to play about 20, 24 minutes. So I get why they may not want to increase it. But, I mean, this year we're going to have a couple guys not even able to play. Like, I don't know if Zion's going to really play. So Anthony Davis may make it because of Zion. So, well, I mean, like Kevin Durant, is he going to play in it? I don't really know. That you may get James Harden coming in there now or some other 3 they want to put in. So, in the end, I guess it's going to fix itself because some players are just not going to play. But that's just for me. On the Eastern side, I don't really think there's Darius Garland is the one I can think
Oh yeah,
of.
the Cavs are the only team in the top 5 that don't have an All-Star.
Oh well, they have Donovan Mitchell.
Oh, okay. Cause I was just thinking, I forgot Donovan Mitchell. I was just thinking about Darius Garland.
Yeah, Darius Garland have been there. I think Darius Garland have totally been in the on the team right now. Bam Adebayo, I think that's cool. Jaylen Brown's cool. DeMar DeRozan's cool. Tyrese, yeah. Julius Randle, good for him. Drew Holiday, I like it. But yeah, I think Darius Garland have been in there. Maybe for DeMar DeRozan. But I mean, I just don't know who else he could be in there. They only have one true guard. That's Drew Holiday. Everybody else on this thing is like 6'6". Who's he going over? He can't go over Jaylen Brown. He's going to go over Bam Adebayo. I mean, Julius Randle. The only 2 people he can go over is Tyrese Halliburton. He should be over Tyrese Halliburton. I can see that one.
They need to, because for the East it sucks to put like Jason Tatum on the bench, but I would have to put him on the bench and put Joel Embiid as center. Because you got Jokic at center, so why is Joel Embiid on the bench as a center?
That one's all Joel. People like Jason Tatum more right now. He played in the finals. There's something to playing in the finals. It makes you more popular. People get to see you. That's why I think he got the nod. Probably got better fan vote, player vote. So I can.
He got more votes.
Yeah, he did. He got more fan votes. So that's why he won. And because of Jokic is so good that, that's why he can be there. But in the Eastern Conference, there's so many good players that even Joel Embiid can be a bench player because of Jason Tatum, because of Kevin Durant, because of Giannis. Like those guys are just so good. You got Kyrie, Kevin Durant, Donovan Mitchell. I get Donovan Mitchell. Why? He came to the Cavaliers. The way they've played is more impactful. Truth of the matter is, we always have to look. I know they show on the TNT like the breakdown, but like I can see why Donovan Mitchell's a starter. He came there. He's averaging about his average. He's turned them into an actual contender for a conference finals berth. I'm not saying for a finals berth, a conference finals berth. They play very good defense. Joel Embiid is kind of the same. He's the same. And yes, he's clearly the best big in the Eastern Conference. There's really no number 2. Maybe the second best big is Brook Lopez. But that's such a big.
I know that's a troll. I know you trolling.
What? Who's better? Who's better than Brook Lopez there?
Brook Lopez. Who's better than Julius Randle?
Julius Randle's not a center. He's a 4.
Well, still, he's
not a center. He's a 4. Stop playing.
He got the height. He got the height. He tall too. So
he's 4. He's like 6. He's like 6'8".
Come on now. Brook Lopez cannot do what Joel Embiid and Julius Randle can do.
Bro, let me tell you, Julius Randle is a 4. We all know that. Stop playing.
Stop playing, bro.
Yeah, stop
playing. You will not see Brook Lopez dribble up the court like Joel
Let
Embiid
me tell you
or
something.
Julius
It's
Randle
not
and
about
take it
dribbling.
coast
It's
to
about how
coast.
big that man is. Julius Randle is what? He is 6'8", my guy. Man, stop playing with me. He a 4.
What? So and LeBron played the center
LeBron ain't no
position
5
also.
either. What's wrong with you? Man, stop this now. Now, we all know Brook Lopez. Now, if you want to say Nikola Vucevic, I don't know about all that. Maybe you want to say Nikola. I'll take that one. Okay, that's
I
fine.
mean that if
But don't be saying no Julius Randle. Julius Randle is 6'8". If he goes, Brook Lopez is gonna back him down, and throw over his head all day long. Okay, Brook Lopez will eat him up. That's actually that's facts because he's just a bigger human being. Julius Randle is a 4. That's what he is, a 4. That's all. That's who he can guard. So let's stop this now. Now, if you want to say Nikola Vucevic is the second best center, fine. But outside him is Brook Lopez. The center position is weak as hell. Nick Claxton, huh? Is he really that good? No, we know that. He's a product of the players around him, which is fine. He's a good player. So who's number? He's number 4 in the East. I mean, Joel Embiid is so far ahead of all the center because they have no good centers. You got Nikola Jokic, you got Karl Anthony Towns. Rudy Gobert, he's ass cheeks, but whatever. Rudy Gobert. We got DeAndre Ayton. You got Demonis Sabonis. Okay, you've got like what 4 or 5 guys in the West. Those 5 guys in the West are better than everybody outside of Joel Embiid. That's how weak the Eastern centers are. Joel Embiid is going to be in the All-Star game every year for the rest of his career because there's no other big in the East that's any good. They're like, Joel Embiid's going to rack up all them All-Star things. But yes, Brook Lopez is number 2. I'm not kidding. I'm not trolling. He's number 2.
I would say his early days in the Nets, yeah.
No, he's still better. He's still better. He's better than Nikola.
But not as much anymore.
Yeah, but he's still better than
Nikola.
Bad. Nikola Vucevic is not better than Brook Lopez. Give me Brook Lopez. He can shoot threes too. Here's my thing. What can Nikola Vucevic do that Brook Lopez can't do? Brook Lopez is a better defender, probably a better 3-point shooter. He's a bigger body. He's the second best center in the league in the Eastern Conference. That's how bad the Eastern Conference bigs are. Well, Clint Capella, come on, cuh.
He got Clint Capella. He's a defensive high flying big man. I'll give him that. Clint Capella. That's it.
That's why he's no good. He's just a lob threat. He's been a lob threat. If he was on a team with no good point guards or elite point guards, what would he be? He would just be a rebounding machine. He would score 8 points and have like 13 rebounds. So what I'm saying is Joel Embiid, because the West is the better conference. They have the better players throughout all their positions. Okay, when you look at point guard, Darius Garland, right? You got Kyrie Irving, technically point guard. He's really a 2 guard. Like, I will not stand down for my Brook Lopez appreciation. He's the number 2 center in the Eastern Conference. He's better than Nikola Vucevic, who does the exact same thing and is a smaller human being. Just saying. That's why Milwaukee. Robert Williams. I'll say Robert Williams is number 2. I guess fine, but Robert Williams can't handle Brooklyn. Brooklyn's got the old man string. Just back it down, go over your head. So yeah, but Joel Embiid starting in the center. If he gets to NBA Finals, he will. That's what that tells me. If he wants to start, he needs to get to the finals, man. Joel Embiid was starting last year. For whatever reason, maybe, and depending on what happens to Kyrie, he may start next year too. Joel Embiid will probably start next year. Could be Kyrie. Kyrie's more popular. Joel Embiid is like probably the least popular of all those guys on the starting team. He's probably 6th. I don't know where he finished in the overall voting for centers or for.
He's probably number 1.
I'm sorry. In terms of all the guys that actually start who are actually going to start the game. Did he get more votes than any of them?
I mean, he got more. I know he got more votes than the guards. So he's probably like you put the East. He's like fourth.
So who? So he's over who on the starting team?
He's over. He's just only under Giannis, KD, and Jason Tatum. He's over Kyrie and Donovan Mitchell for sure.
Well, because they've removed the center and they put backcourt, front court. That's why he's never going to be in there because he lost to the two front court players. And Giannis is a lock, obviously. KD is always a lock. And he lost to Jason Tatum. How the hell are you going to win? Yeah, he's done. He's never going to. Well, yeah, he's got to make a finals, man. I think that's what it's going to come down to because the fan vote is so important. He probably was tied or probably was top 3 in players and coaches vote, probably. But he was under all 3 in fan vote. So the difference was made up with the fans. So if he wants to make front court all-stars, you need to start winning, bro. It's the bottom line. Jason Tatum went to 1 NBA Finals. He beating you now, or at least he was part of it. Because I think Joel Embiid started last year, right? It was him, it was Jason Tatum, and it was Giannis, right?
I think, yeah.
Last year because KD was hurt. So this year with a somewhat healthy KD through however many.
He started last year. The starting line last year was totally different.
Yeah, it was Giannis, Tatum started last year, I think, and Embiid.
Yeah, it was like Tatum, Giannis, Joel Embiid, DeMar DeRozan, and Trae Young last year.
Yeah, Trae Young. Yeah, because you're right. Yeah, Trae. I like what he did with Trae Young. Trae Young has had horrible energy all year. He disrespecting his coach. He gets all in his feelings. He has not been as good this year, so he deserves not to be an all-star. Plus, Joel Embiid is probably going to start anyways. I don't think Kevin Durant is going to be able to go anyways. So Joel Embiid would be a NBA starter by default. So it will be okay. But the Eastern thing, I mean, the East is kind of okay. I mean, maybe I don't know. It depends on how you look through all the teams that that are in the top 5 or 6. If you think any of them should be in there, but right now, I think the Eastern one is much better than the West. I think the West, though, the West needs more help.
I think it's the East. I think the East needs more help because who's gonna replace KD?
James Harden. James Harden. Probably.
So James Harden is going to start then.
No, it's not about. No, Joel Embiid will start, but James Harden will be on there.
It wouldn't shock me if he started somehow because.
Yeah, James Harden's not starting. It's Joel Embiid who's going to start. They're going to give it to the next highest guy in the front court, and so that will be Joel Embiid because James Harden is a backcourt player, and that means one of those two guys will have to get hurt in terms of for him to even start, and even then he probably wouldn't start anyways because it would just give it to the next reserve. Like that's why Anthony Davis will make the All-Star team because I don't think Zion Williamson is going to play as much as he would want to. We'll see. I mean, like Jimmy Butler's not there because his team's no good. They're under 500 and they're like 10th or something.
Bam is there.
Yeah, Bam is amazing though. He's their best. Bam is really close as the best player. He just doesn't have the offensive game to dominate, but he's good enough. He can shoot the fade. He can obviously rebound, defend all positions. He's the modern day big man. The hybrid. I can move my feet thing. He's more athletic than Joel Embiid, and more apt to defend than like Karl-Anthony Towns. He just can't shoot threes like every other big. But I would love him on my team because he can give me some level of offense and he can defend. And I can trust him to defend one-on-one on the perimeter because he can actually move his feet because he's so light. That's why Anthony Davis should be as good as him. But Anthony Davis isn't. Anthony Davis is a worse defender than him. Because Anthony Davis has so many injuries, he's sapped the life out of his legs. He can't even move. He out here moving quicksand, getting cooked up by good guards. That's why he's going to lose to Golden State in 7 games in the playoffs. Regardless if you have Kyrie, y'all going to lose anyway. So you might as well just give me a check.
I don't know about that one, but
Yeah, I know about that. Y'all going to take this L.
But we can save that for when it actually somehow happens. Guaranteed that you guys actually make the playoffs. But
we actually are. Y'all. I was gonna say the end.
Yeah,
You guys, y'all are basically tied to not make the play-in. So y'all need some help. And if Kyrie come there, y'all gonna make the play-in. Then let's see. We'll see. Could you imagine if Kyrie come out make the play-in and lose? That'll be the talk of the week. LeBron.
I don't know. I guess.
Okay, what's next? Super Bowl here, right?
Yeah, the Super Bowl.
Yeah, man. When they have point favorites, Philadelphia. I'm picking Philadelphia to win. They're the better team. Okay, and Jalen Hurts may be injured, but they were able to score 30 points. Jalen Hurts can just throw about 25, 30 passes. I don't need him to go deep. Give me about 5 to 10, rushing. They'll be fine. It's just, can they get pressure on Mahomes enough to really limit him in, trying to obviously throw the ball, because they can't run the ball for anything. And Philadelphia has a very good run defense, so it's going to be more about the throw, and I think Philadelphia can give him a little bit of trouble. So I'm picking Philadelphia to win by at least 4 points, and Jalen Hurts to win the Super Bowl. He probably won't be MVP, or probably be I think it will be the running back Miles Sanders. I think he'll be the MVP for them, because he scored 2 touchdowns last week, and the way they were playing, it depends. It depends. If it goes the way I think, he'll be the MVP. But if it becomes like I need to throw the ball with Hurts, then I think Chiefs win, because Jalen Hurts' arm is not right, and so I don't know if he can throw with Mahomes not healthy. But yeah, that's my prediction for the Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl MVP is that one MVP that is either, it can go either or, defensively or offensively. It's no consistency. And that's what I like about the award, is that you never know who's going to win. You would think the quarterback has the best odds, but then there's like somebody like Von Miller who won it before, or or a receiver that's won it before. And that's like the one thing I like about the MVP award, is that it's not all about offense. It's also all about defense. It's not all about the quarterback. It could be about the running back. It could be the receiver. It could be like a tight end even. That award is so broad that it's not specific to one position.
Yeah, it isn't. The NBA Finals MVP has always been specific to the best player, because, well, he's going to obviously do the most damage. And then the Super Bowl MVP goes to defense, because the offense, he may have scored a touchdown, had like 3 or 4 sacks, or a forced fumble, like some crazy amount of stats for that one game. Yes, he can go to a receiver if that receiver is the only guy catching the ball that the quarterback's doing, which I wish they would apply to the regular season, because when you have these damn seasons like Cooper Kupp, freaking damn near 2,000 yards, triple crown winner, how is he not like in contention for the MVP at any chance? Matthew Stafford throwing you the ball all them times, you ain't in contention. Like, how good are you, the quarterback? I remember I was like, damn, I know Randy Moss wasn't going to win that 07 MVP, but you guys are not going to sit here and not give him like some level of credit. He caught almost half of Tom Brady's touchdowns. Half. Tom Brady was launching balls in the air, freaking howitzers, 60 yards down the field to one guy. That's why Justin Jefferson being in there is cool, because we all really think it was really Kirk Cousins doing that. No, it's the wide receiver.
Even Desmond Howard won it in '97. and he's a special teams player. That's how
Yeah,
broad this thing is.
and the Heisman Trophy, I think, is the one that makes the most sense. Is the way that you should do it because Devontae Smith was the reason why Mac Jones was so good. Okay, Mac Jones is good, but Devontae Smith was that good, and like if in the NFL it's so predicated on the quarterback, I'm like, yeah, I get it, but holy shit, if you have a dude like Cooper Kupp with damn near 2,000 yards and damn near 20 touchdowns, if you take his ass away from Matthew Stafford, how good do you think he is? I get Aaron Rodgers won the MVP 2 years in a row, but did you see him this year with no Devontae Adams? No 20. Devontae Adams had almost 20 touchdowns or 20 touchdowns, almost 1,700 yards, over 100 catches. Did you see Aaron Rodgers this year? People, they're looking to get rid of him now.
He
They
was
weren't looking.
non-existent. He was
Yeah,
non-existent.
they weren't looking to get rid of him when Devontae Adams was there. So I think still wide receivers are not being respected enough. Not enough. Tyreek Hill, if Tua played all 17 games, he would be the wide receiver in the freaking MVP, and he would get my vote because he's had the biggest impact on the making Tua a viable quarterback. A lot of people didn't think Tua was a viable quarterback. No. But he came there and made him one. Okay? Man, Randy Moss should have gotten some votes for MVP. Tom Brady ain't throwing no 5,000 yards and almost 5,000 yards and no freaking 50 touchdowns if there's no Randy Moss. I would want to ask people when Tom Brady won the MVP, do you really think he could have done that without Randy Moss? If you think no, he ain't no Randy Moss is the MVP. He's the most valuable player because he turned Tom Brady into even a better version himself. That's my issue with how MVPs are decided in not only in regular seasons, especially the NFL. That's why I like the Super Bowl MVP, like you said, because the Super Bowl MVP can be wide receiver. Because if that wide receiver has 12 catches for freaking 150 and 3 touchdowns, are you really thinking is the quarterback? Are you sure? Nah, that quarterback is looking for that one guy. He should be the MVP. So that's why I like the MVP in Super Bowl because it's the only time when the wide receiver can win it and be recognized for his greatness. You're not recognizing these guys during the regular season. Shit.
No.
You think Josh Allen would be Josh Allen without Stephon Diggs like this? Like that's my problem, man. So yeah, you're right. The Super Bowl MVP is the best MVP in all sports for the championships because
the wide receiver makes the quarterback good.
Yeah, they do.
You can have a good quarterback, but you have to have a good receiver to actually catch and understand what you need him to do at all times.
Yep. And especially if they're getting 100 plus targets, yeah, the quarterback is throwing it their way probably 10-15% of the time anyways. That's a big chunk because most quarterbacks throw around 400 plus times a year. So yeah, I think a lot of wide receivers should be in the MVP race. Why the hell should a running back win the MVP? Why? I understand Andrew Pearson doing it for 2,000 plus yards. He wins the MVP. So if a wide receiver gets over 2,100 yards and 18 touchdowns with 150 plus catches, he shouldn't have the chance to actually win the MVP. His quarterback should? No. It's got to be him. Look at how many times that quarterback will have had to throw. How many attempts at how many targets that guy? They probably have to throw like 200 targets to him, dude. 200. How the hell is he not in a serious contender for the MVP? I mean, come on. Come on. So, yeah, Super Bowl MVP is the best MVP, championship MVP in all the sports because it allows everybody to have a chance to win. You can't really do anything in the NBA Finals unless, Andre Iguodala is the last weird one to win, and that was only because he held LeBron to 34 points, which never made any sense. But whatever. They're like, yeah, he held LeBron to 34 points. Really? That's it? LeBron still cooked him. Still cooked him. Look, Steph Curry had averaged damn near 26 points. He had a big time game in the last final game, but because these fools put in their votes before the end of the game, you're screwed. Like, what is no? You should be putting your votes in at after the game's over. That's ridiculous. That needs to change. Nobody talks about that either. The NBA
They
Finals,
put their votes before.
yeah, they do. They put like minutes before the game's over. Even like they do. I'm like, what is that?
They haven't even seen the whole game. How can you put? They haven't even seen the whole game though.
I'm like, no, that needs to change. Nobody cares about that either. Like, do people understand how stupid that sounds? We're gonna vote for the MVP of the NBA Finals before the game's over. Like last year was easy. It was either going to be Steph Curry, Jason Tatum, or Jaylen Brown for the teams. That was obviously so simple. But something like that year, like, come on, you gotta give it to Steph. Steph was the best player. He had 26 points, and people overdo what Iguodala did. LeBron James had 34, 7, and 7. He stopped him from scoring 40. He went to 34. Wow. But that's whatever. I mean, that's old news anyways.
So who's gonna win the MVP award?
Oh, Patrick Mahomes is winning that. I mean, he almost over 4,700 yards, 45 total touchdowns. I mean, he's gonna win it. His numbers are so. Jalen Hurts would have won if he played all 17 games. He probably would have won strictly because I think they would have only lost a game, so he would have had to win by default. But because he missed 2 games, and Patrick Mahomes didn't miss any games, he wins because his numbers are so ridiculous. You have to give it to him. That's 2. Number 3 should be Justin Jefferson because Justin Jefferson is most of the reason why Kirk Cousins and them were 11-0 during the regular season close games. So I think Justin Jefferson should be 3rd. That would be my ranking because I think that people like what's it face Justin Jefferson are so important. So important. So that's me. That's just me, anyways. But let me see who the people are.
I feel if we're gonna do Super Bowl MVP, I mean, it's really between the quarterbacks because unless somebody like Travis Kelce is gonna go crazy, then I'm a big fan of Travis Kelce, but unless he's gonna get like 10 catches, like 100 yards, and like 3 touchdowns, and
man, I don't even know. I don't even know if he does that. They give it to him because Mahomes is so like legendary already. I know he gets it if that happens. Oh, I know. Dude. Like, I know he does. Shh. Like, it's crazy. I don't even know if it matters if he if he gets 3 touchdowns. I wish it would, but I don't think so. If that happened with like Jalen Hurts, then yes, they would give it to like AJ Brown or something.
That just shows you that you can go off and you still. Well, Curry already proved that you can go off and then you still get outplayed by your own teammate because of the defense that he put on LeBron, even though LeBron still did his thing.
Yeah. I mean, this is just disrespectful. As usual, you're gonna put Josh Allen over. Come on now.
It's like the whole like MVP standings.
Yeah, like they have Jefferson 5th on ESPN, Josh Allen 4th, Joe Burrow 3rd, Jalen Hurts 2nd, and Patrick Mahomes 1st. I would put Justin Jefferson. I would put Justin Jefferson over Josh Allen because Justin Jefferson is, if he plays well, they win because they're able to score points. Their defense was so bad. That's just me. Like, Josh Allen is good, but yes, I'm going to put Justin Jefferson over him because Justin Jefferson is more important to his team. Is as important to his team as Josh Allen. Nobody on the Vikings is more impactful than Justin Jefferson. If he goes like he out of the 17 games, he had over 100 receiving yards in 10 of them. I bet you they won 9-1, 8-2 in those games because he's the one guy that scared you. You're not worried about like T.J. Hawkinson or Adam Thielen or K.J. Osborne, even Dalvin Cook. You're like, we need to stop number 18. That's how you know you're dominant. When we got to stop number 18. What happened when in Green Bay took out Justin Jefferson? They got walloped like 40, like by like 3-4 touchdowns. What happened when Dallas came up there and beat them by damn near 35 points? Because they held Justin Jefferson. So no,
Oh,
Justin
I
Jefferson.
forgot that. I forgot about Dallas. He's what did they get bounced out like the second round? Or
Yeah, they beat Tom Brady in this final NFL game, which wasn't that
quote,
much.
air quotes.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think he is done. He's done. I mean, for what? Why come back again? Who are you going to? That's my question. Who the fuck do you go to? If you come back, who do you go to, man? That's all I got asked. Can you tell me where he goes? Because I don't know where he goes. He don't go nowhere. He gotta go. Who? Where? What team wants him? These fucking fools tell me the 49ers. The 49ers don't need him. He old. He old. He 45 and old, man. Every time my breeze on him, he throws it on the ground.
Oh my god.
Bro,
49ers is crazy.
49. I don't think the 49ers. No, I don't think 49ers are crazy because I don't think they ever thought about it.
No, I'm talking about the destination. Like going over there is crazy when they already have a quarterback.
Yeah, they have two. Well, they have one. I don't know about the other one, but they don't need him. The way they run their offense, they need a young athletic quarterback. They don't need a statue sitting there like praying to God he doesn't get hit. Because this year, all he did was dirt the ball. Any pressure. Look at all our good quarterbacks. What did they do? Take hits. Because if you can't take a hit, you ain't going to get that throw. That's the truth. And the moment you can't take, I knew Tom Brady was going to retire because he didn't want to take no hits. If you can't take no hits now, how the hell are you going to take a hit next year? This ain't Madden where, hey, you want to play with the 45-year-old Tom Brady? You can. Because in the game, let's just be honest, his durability has no issues. There ain't no issues with durability. There ain't none. So, nah. I don't want Tom Brady on my team. Hell nah. He old. He old as shit. So he gotta go. But Dallas, well, on the Dallas, we were talking in the house, and my dad was like, "Oh, I'm gonna blame Dak." I'm like, "Nah, blame Jerry Jones, my guy. Jerry Jones lost this playoff game. If they had Amari Cooper, they could have beaten them because I don't care what any of these people say. Look at almost every team in the conference championship. They had two dudes. Okay? Two dudes. Everybody but the Chiefs has two dudes. The 49ers had Deebo Samuel and Brandon Ayuk. Two dudes.
You have a man like Deebo. Oh, man.
Like freaking Deebo out here. Running back, wide receiver, freaking beast. Okay? You got A.J. Brown, who's like Deebo. You have Devontae Smith, the last skilled player, wide receiver, the first wide receiver in like 20 years to win assist Desmond Howard. Two dudes. You had the Cincinnati Bengals, three dudes. And even Kansas City has that dude, Travis Kelce. So, I'm sorry. And let's be honest, CDM isn't really that dude. He's just a dude. He's not that dude. Okay? They should have kept Amari Cooper. If they had Amari Cooper, they would have two dudes, and they could have at least scored
Not one dudes, two dudes.
Two dudes. You gotta have more than one dude. Come on. Yeah, he said he messed up. Oh, but I still don't get Amari Cooper.
Of course he messed up. That's That's the way Jerry Jones operates. He operates for himself and not for anybody else, not for the better of the team.
Like, here's my thing: is like you had him on one more year for $20 million. You can't just let him go after the year's over. What? What? And you want to go? And his pride can't help himself. He tells on himself, knowing that he failed his team with wide receivers, then goes ahead and says, "But I don't regret Amari Cooper." You should. Amari Cooper could have really helped you. Really could have. CeeDee Lamb could have still been CeeDee Lamb. Next year, CeeDee Lamb gets to a championship game, has a big game. While Amari Cooper's there. You lose maybe still, but hey, you get to let go of Amari Cooper if he doesn't want to sign for less money, and CeeDee Lamb gets to ascend to number one no matter what. Now he was good this year, but this is why you get them dudes. There's only one team that one team in this league can have that dude, but they got that dude. His name is Patrick Mahomes. He can turn anybody into a dude. Okay? Dak can't. Dak is a guy. He's not a dude. He's a guy. Okay? Joe Burrow's that dude. Jalen Hurts, that dude. Dak Prescott, just a guy. Just a guy. So you need to get, when you have just a guy, you gotta get him dudes. See, guys need dudes. And he had one dude. Not, you see, I say differently. See, CeeDee Lamb is a dude. He's not that dude. So Dak needed that dude, man. And you know, he got fucked over by his coach, by his GM / owner / general manager for that bullshit.
Father, by his
him and Jerry don't like each other like that. That keeps him at arm length. So Dak is like, nah, I ain't with you like. I'm not like
Jerry Jones. I'd keep him at arm's length also.
Yeah, I would. Why? Like he irks me in a way. He just does. I don't know. You gotta keep yourself away from people like that. You gotta make sure you have, you know, a level of autonomy away from him. I don't think he's a bad guy. I just don't really believe that he should really be the guy you should be going with. But yeah, I mean, you know, that's the Super Bowl. They had the Pro Bowl stuff happening. The dodgeball, that was cool. I like the new Pro Bowl format because we don't have to watch a game that makes no sense. As much as I don't like even the All-Star game, at least in the fourth quarter they try. In the Pro Bowl, they don't try at all.
You know, all I like is really what kind of jersey they're gonna put on.
Well, them jerseys are so butt cheeks. I mean, I honestly think that I think that Pro Bowl jerseys are stupid and All-Star jerseys are all stupid, and they should go back to the OG. Put on your team's.
I think they really. I think what should happen is that both sides all have their team names but the same color. So
yeah, I mean, can't they at least can't they just let them wear their team's jersey? But like, hey, you want to do any version of that jersey from that you're allowed to do during the season? That's way cooler. That's always been cooler to me. If I was there, if people asked me a question those All-Star Weekend years, I'd be like, can we just not go back to what it used to be, which is I wear my team jersey, rep my team, rep like
and just have the All-Star patch on there.
The patch on there. I mean, look, they do it for sales. I get it. Like, oh, you have a sale. But, like, can I just get, like, Steph Curry's jersey with the patch on there? Like, I know you have the Kobe Bryant one. That's cool and all. But, I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, I would love if they had, like, Kobe Bryant 24.
Or it's like the Rookie of the Year John Moran jersey I have.
Yeah. That's just it. I don't know. I mean, that's just me. I never liked what they do. I get why they do it. It not only is it easy, it's also be able to sell, but you could sell like the 2001 All-Star game they always show with that like really cool camera, and they're all in their own jerseys. Like that's the coolest thing ever. But you know, they did that for money purposes, and that's why they're business, and you know, I'm not leading them. So I get it, but for me, I would have just like done it that way.
But I do like to see them make a return of you wear whatever jersey.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Put a patch on it. You know, people can go buy it. People can wear their person's jersey. Like, there's no fun. It's just like everybody's in these lame ass generic jerseys. Just like they're lame, bro. Like, nah, they should go back and if Steph Curry wants to do the town or 09, 010 or I'm sorry, they're like retro
But
revamped version of the.
the thing is, for if it's like, well, it's kind of hard because they have like, it's not
I'm sure
east
they
and
have.
west, so it's like
Yeah,
it's either they have to pick like a color that represents home, or like, and then the other side picks like a color that's like the dark colors. It's like light colors and
yeah,
dark
but
colors.
I don't even know why they held home and away. Who home and away? They number one.
Because
Um,
they have to signify who's on their damn team.
well,
Because
all I want is them to just bring back the normal, which is put whatever. They can mess with all that home and away and all that BS. They all they gotta do is return back to 2001, where it was home and away or east west or not. You don't have to do east or west. You just need to bring back the jerseys like they used to be, and that's it. Yeah, you can have a Boston player with a Laker player on the All Star team. Like, I don't know, man. That's always been my pet peeve about the All Star game is that I hate the New Jerseys and I've always hated them. They've had them things since like at least 2003, like these generic, ugly ass sometimes like East West or team who jerseys. Like, no, fuck you. I don't want to be on Team LeBron. Team LeBron can have me in a Golden State jersey, but that's just me. You know.
I mean, I like them.
Yeah, well,
So
y'all some basic niggas, so I ain't surprised.
that's crazy. You can't please everybody in this world, and like your taste is immensely
My
overpowered.
taste is immensely delicious.
Well, immensely delicious, but it cannot be done anytime soon. So
Sure can. What the fuck? Fuck yeah, I can. Yeah, fuck yeah, I can. You know what I mean?
you can go buy a Jordan's All Star jersey.
No,
Ain't
fuck
that
that.
ain't that expensive?
It better be a Wizards 23 All Star jersey. If it ain't, I don't want it.
Mm,
I don't want it. I'm an honest man.
that's a bit of a reach because I don't think he made the All Star game in 2002.
Well, I want a Bulls All Star jersey. I don't want no.
That is more of a that is more attainable.
Yeah, I know that's obviously more attainable. I know he made the All Star game in his last season, and they put in them garbage ass jerseys. I hate all of them. The only one I like is the Phoenix one. I like the New York one; those are cool too. I don't like a lot. Maybe those two, maybe another one, but I hate all of them. I don't like this year's either. I don't like last year's or the year before. I don't like the team versions anyway. I don't like them at all. Just black or whatever. I'm like, dude, you're losing me. That's why I'll never buy that jersey. I just won't. I'll never buy Steph Curry. I only buy Steph Curry Golden State Warriors All Star jerseys, and whenever they bring those back. If not, I ain't buying none of these jerseys. I'll buy Golden State Warriors finals jersey with Steph when he makes the finals again this year. But until then, I'll keep my money.
Yeah, well, you should have did that last year because it ain't gonna happen this year.
Yeah, they number one, they still have jerseys from last year probably because they print them fuckers like money.
They got those weak ones.
But they're gonna make it this year too.
You got those weak ones from Fnatic, so
hell nah, fuck no. I'm buying from NBA.com. Ugh. I think Fnatic runs their shit anyways. I think it's the same shit to be honest with you. I don't know. I don't even know. Because I think Fnatic runs the NBA's like shit. Everybody goes to Fnatic or somebody else. Excuse me. I don't know. I think all that shit's fanatic, dude. To be honest with you. Oh
All right,
man, I'm
so
still downloading this fucking game. 104 gigabytes. Oh my god. Oh,
So, with that being said, this has
oh,
been another episode of
I guess
the
we can
APF
talk about
podcast.
the Royal
Oh,
Rumble, right? The Royal Rumble.
oh yeah. Real quick. I knew Cody was inevitable.
See, look at
Roman
me.
was inevitable.
I'm saving the show as usual.
Yeah.
This one, what I forgot.
I guess this your moment one time.
Oh, stop it! And one time, it's all the time.
I knew Cody was. We all knew Cody. They should have kept Cody a secret. But,
Yeah, like Pat McAfee when he came out, people were like, "Oh my god, Pat McAfee's here!" Like, yeah, he is. That was cool.
yeah. They got this over exaggerating troll.
Pat McAfee does a great job. He clearly does a great job. Fans love him.
I mean, yeah, he do. I'll give him that.
I give credit to people like him. Like they come into like this, like WWE is such a different thing. And as much of a performance, you do have to have some level of knowledge. And he does a good job. He's a mainstay. I mean, that's what he is. Outside of maybe some commitments, he does a great job. I'm very happy for him. And he's the epitome of what you should do if you don't fully succeed in your first endeavor. Find a new endeavor and go all in it. And he's done it. He's got the show, the radio show that 40,000 people listen to live, and he's got maybe 2.5 million people with a good show watching him every week. So, good for him. But you're right about Cody. Shit, that was everybody knew he was going to win. We knew he was going to win 2 weeks ago. 2-3 weeks ago, we knew he was going to win. So it is.
And we all knew Roman was on the BKO, even though it was a good match. The ending was
it really? Was it really good match? Are you sure?
I mean, it's not great. I say it was a good match, not a great match.
Man, I think it was an okay match because I don't know. For me, when I watch a wrestling match, I want moments where like it was kind of like the Brock Lesnar against that one-legged kid, in like 2002, Zach, whatever his name was, the little one-legged kid who'd be jumping around, kicking his shit like that. That was a great match because he had some near falls, shit like that. That's what I want. Remember that match with Brock Lesnar, his first in WWE? Like that's a good match.
Yeah, he F5'd him on that pole.
Oh yeah, that was funny. But like this match, like the only reason it was somewhat good is because Roman was a lot more like vindictive towards the end, just like slamming his head. Dude, like if he actually did slam his head like that, that would actually be dangerous.
No, he did.
But did he hit back of his like start?
Yeah.
Like that's the stem, dude. Like
he did it. He did it before. Austin Theory did it before.
Them steps. I mean, how do we know those guys ain't like dead or something? Like if you do that to somebody in real life, like you can die. That's my thing. So like those steps, man. Like prayers up for. Thank God where Kevin Owens came out of that. I don't know how. Okay, I guess because that is dangerous. I won't even lie. Like for Kevin Owens to actually like be okay doing that, he's a real one like that, man. Like that's your health.
He's the same guy that literally headbutted his head on a ladder before he competed in a ladder match. So, I guess he's not insane.
We'll see how much. We'll see how much CT he gets when he dies. We'll see how bad his brain is. Because I don't think his brain is going to be very good. Roman Reigns is smart. He don't let nobody do no crazy ass shit to him like that. But Kevin Owens, I'll be careful about him.
So I guess we figured out who's in the finally beat Roman Reigns.
Yeah, Kelly. I remember somebody on Twitter, like I'm following like these big wrestling Twitter things Twitter accounts, and they're like maybe Roman should keep it. I mean, look, I think it's time for us to usher in. And let's be honest, Cody Rhodes
usher in a nightmare.
Yeah, Cody Rhodes came back to become the champion. We know that. We remember the reports. Big push, world championship opportunity. It's time to Cash it in. Biggest WrestleMania ever. He's the big one. He's the mark. He's the guy people want. Now, I love her getting Sami Zayn versus Roman. I need that to be like a push. I need that to be a push to pull match. I don't need Roman Reigns like wailing on him like Kevin Owens. This cannot happen. I need Sami Zayn to have a real, like multiple 2.5s. Okay, all his moves, signatures, counters. Like I need that. Oh, after Roman like wails him for, I need that because the family's going to be in attendance. We gotta make this match quite possibly the best match.
We gotta make it look. We gotta make it look like okay, he's gonna win.
Yeah, you got to. Like, you've been pushing like this whole bloodline thing for like a year, like how long he's been there, however long he's been in the bloodline. Like, this is the culmination. It's gotta be a banger. Okay. The pop he had on Friday was crazy. So could you imagine him hitting his finishing moves and like it would be good. So I don't know. I just hope they give him a really good match. He deserves it. He probably won't be champion because I read the article where he talked about like he really isn't. He could do like the whole like Jimmy Fallon shit where he does that fake ass laugh, which he does. None of his shit's funny. Like Jimmy Fallon's not funny. But he doesn't really want to do that shit, or they don't want him to because let's be honest, he doesn't look like face of the company material. That's just the truth. Daniel Bryan became it because he was so loved in 2014. Like,
oh yeah, that was his that year of from him beating John Cena to beating Randy Orton in the main event of WrestleMania was that he was just that guy.
Mm-hmm.
But
was Batista on that one?
Who?
Batista, was he not in that match in WrestleMania?
Oh, he was, but it was like why give it to somebody like Batista to win the Rumble and then to him not be a focal point?
Yeah, he was an actor by then. He just got put in Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't know why they thought they could like. I don't know why WWE has this tendency.
They should have gave it to. They should have put Daniel Bryan in that Rumble and him winning.
Yeah.
To be honest, they should have did that.
But luckily, the fans saved him. The fans were like, "Hell no, nah, you're not going to put Batista. What the hell is this?"
It's like what does Daniel Bryan need to do for everybody to be like, okay, let's give Daniel Bryan these titles. He's been over with these people for over a year.
Yeah,
not only over a year.
He had the most famous tag team of the last like 15, 20 years with Team Hell No. Like
they had a long reign. They had a long reign doing the stupidest things ever.
Yes. I mean, that was so good. And they were really prepared to build Batista. I'm like, what? Batista? Batista's
I was like Batista out of all people.
Let's like Goldberg. They like did go. I'm like
Edge had a better shot. Edge had a better shot than Batista.
Yeah. I wonder, do you want Edge to ever win a world championship, like one last run and then get out of here? Or are you kind of okay with where he is now, kind of doing this whole like against Judgment Day thing? I always wonder,
I think the end goal is for him to actually become a world champion one more time.
I think he's going to be. I can see him.
It's like right now he's not even thinking about that. That's not even on his mind. What's on his mind is trying to put the hurt on Judgment Day.
Yeah, I mean, it's good that he enjoys it. Obviously, we're gonna get Beth Phoenix and Edge versus Judgment Day or whatever at WrestleMania. I'm sorry. No, we're gonna get Edge and whoever, and Edge and Rey Mysterio versus Dominic and Finn Balor, probably, and whoever the third for them with Damian Priest. That's what we're probably gonna get, but I just don't see it. Or do you think we're going to get Dominic versus Rey Mysterio? Because Rey Mysterio went up there and said,
I think that needs to happen because Rey Mysterio is letting his son disrespect him week after week, taking away potential title opportunities that he could. I mean, he wasn't going to win the Rumble, but that's a potential title opportunity that he could have gotten down the line. And he has been taking that from him as if Rey has not done enough for this man. Got him in the WWE, taught him everything he knows. won a tag team title with him, and then now he's doing this to him all of a sudden.
Yeah, it's good writing because you have to.
It's kind of like, and it's kind of like Ray eventually has to handle his son. You have to. It's like if my kid was doing the disrespect me like this, I'm like, we gonna have to handle this one way or another. It's either we duke it out, or we come to a conclusion. But if in wrestling terms, they gotta duke it out. They have to.
And Ray wins. Ray probably wins. I don't know if Dominic has done enough to be put over. I don't know. I mean, he's done a good job with what they've given, but he hasn't really done much. So does he really? I mean, I think Ray wins at the WrestleMania. But
I think he needs to win to show him that I'm still the Hefe around this bitch.
Yeah, because my thing is like, okay, if Dominic wins, then like, what next? Like, what next? Like, what?
He ain't world title ready. He ain't intercontinental title ready. He ain't title ready in general.
Yeah, like, what? Like, the only person who's got anything is Rhea Ripley. That's it. Like, Finn Balor, like, what is he? Like, right now it's Edge, right? David Priest.
Finn, what Finn Balor got? Fake gangster vibes. That's what he is. Yeah, that's what he got. He's wearing that purple bandana, like throwing up the gun signs like he usually do, but to a different degree now because they wearing these purple bandana BS and acting like and moving around like a gangster when he's really not like that.
Because they don't know what to do with any of them except Rhea Ripley. They don't know. Like, okay, after WrestleMania and that whole thing's over, what's next? Like, we all know the Bloodline is probably coming to. Like, what is the plan for people? Like, what is the plan for Jimmy and Jey Uso after the Bloodline thing's over?
Shit, like, what is their plan next week? Because they got to defend those titles against Braun and Ricochet. Yeah,
which I think they're gonna lose. I think they're gonna lose the one because they've been planning to lose one of those titles. Is this on Raw?
It's SmackDown. This is their longest SmackDown tag team title reign in history of all. Yeah, I think they're gonna in all of WWE.
Yeah, I think they're gonna lose. They've been planning to make them lose one of those titles because I think they're trying to go back to some normalcy. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. An Elimination Chamber United States Championship match. Okay. Austin Theory gonna win again, probably. Like Gunther. Why not Gunther? He hasn't done shit. Like, what is he doing? Who's gonna go against at WrestleMania? What is this?
We're gonna see another Sheamus. Shit. Drew McIntyre.
Like, where's Drew McIntyre? Is he injured or something?
I mean, they're not. No, they wasn't injured.
Like, what is their plan for the brawling, like, Sheamus and his team? Like, there's all these wrestlers that currently
they're in such weird storylines as like, where is their focus, and when are they eventually going to be put back into what they usually do?
Yeah. Like, we could probably read about it and find out what it is and think and make assumptions on that, because wrestling is as real of a TV show as you can really get. But like right now, the storytelling for like most of these people is so weirdly put. Like the Brawling Brutes. They used them for like the Bloodline War Games thing, which was cool. And then like what else? Like what else are they, being put for? Like I don't know. Like those two dudes, like who are they fighting? What's Gunther doing? He had like an Amazing World Rumble, and I saw the pictures of his body change. Very impressed with him.
I seen it months ago, man. The man has decided to, let me change the way I look.
True warrior right there, bro. Like he was like I felt like his last picture before his current form, he was still like chubby everywhere, and then you just see like this super slim dude. And you're like, wow, he really put the work in. But like, who's he gonna fight? He's just holding these titles and like with Imperium. Why not Imperium versus Brawling Brutes or something at WrestleMania if they're not going to do an Intercontinental match? Like, I don't know. You could like we still have like what 5-6 weeks or something. You can do something. I don't know.
Oh, there is a fatal four way.
What in
So
Intercontinental
yeah,
Champion match?
there's going to be it's Ray, Madcap Moss, Karrion Cross, and Santos Escobar all going at it to face Gunther for the Intercontinental title.
Well, that's a throwaway. None of them niggas are winning. None of them are
I
winning.
mean, Karrion Cross probably might be the only one that has a chance, but
Karen, yeah, whoever needs a push, but like Madcap Moss, like whatever. You say Rey Mysterio again?
yeah,
Yeah, like he's not winning. He's got Dominic.
he's
The
got
other two guys,
he's got kid issues that he needs to handle.
yeah, I mean, yeah, his storyline is already set, so we know he's not going to win. Madcap Moss is
Yeah,
doing nothing.
he
Karen
needs
Cross,
to handle Dominic, or because I'm getting tired of everybody trying to handle Dominic themselves when his daddy needs to do it. You can't let
I
your
mean, I
son
know you said
walk the ball over
we
you.
talked about it
Yeah,
last week. Like, I was spanking you when you were 3 or something. I saw it on Twitter, whatever that comment was with the 3-year-old stuff or whatever. Like, I think that storyline is cool. I always want the champions to have something because the only champions who have anything is Roman Reigns and the Usos and Austin Theory. Gunther has nothing. I'm not talking about the women, and I don't think a lot of people like the Bianca Belair Alexa Bliss match. I don't think a lot of people like that match.
I personally I had nothing to really say about that match because it was like,
So that just proved my point. It was like I think it got like a 1 star or something when I saw off some of these these wrestling promote magazines. It got like a 1 star, so clearly it wasn't a very good match. They probably won't do that match again. So, like Bianca Belair, who is she gonna face now? Because Rhea Ripley was like, "I'm going for Charlotte." So who is she gonna face?
whoever wins the chamber match.
Oh well. Nia Jax better not win, man.
She's not even in there.
Oh, thank God.
Actually, I don't know.
Wait,
Yeah,
do they have all the seats filled yet?
they have one more. They have one more
Yeah,
spot that needs to be
yeah,
filled.
she'll win that one. She'll win that one. Something tells me like that she'll win that one. Yeah, I think it's gonna be Nia Jax versus Bianca Belair at the WrestleMania. Yeah, I don't want it because I think she's still a person who hurts people, not because she wants to, because she's just untrained. But it probably will happen because I don't know why else you bring her back, put her at number 30, and have all that stuff they're doing. Her big ass self. She's actually a very nice girl. If you look at her Twitter, very nice woman, very good girl. But I'm just saying, as in terms of the story, like she'll probably do it. I'm not gonna lie.
So it was like Rhea overlooked Bianca and just said, I'm going after Charlotte.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how many. I mean, maybe that match makes more sense for the WWE. Rhea Ripley versus her because Rhea Ripley is white hot right now. Okay, we all know we all know people out here are horny, thirsty dudes out here for her too because of what she wears. That's one thing. She has very good matches. That's another thing. They've liked her with like Dominic and their whole storyline. That was one thing. So she's really burning up. Okay, Charlotte Flair. I know she beat like Sonya Deville because that was a waste of time. Sonya Deville is like so useless. All she does is get champion matches and loses. So, but she gets a check, so it doesn't matter.
That's all she's been doing for like last month. Is like when is this girl ever? We gonna just change it up?
Okay, but when is she like gonna have anything else other than like I have something over Mr. Pierce, so I'm just gonna blackmail to title matches. I don't know what she was because she was part of she was there in the front back and now she's back kind of wrestling and they kind of put her in this lane and like obviously she can't do that anymore. So what is she gonna do now? You've got Alpha Academy, like what is happening to those guys? I mean, there's just so many things here, so many things that they have to fix, which is why I like AEW better because AEW is kind of like very. They have like trio. Like, where's a trios thing in WWE? That would be dope. Like that would be dope. A trios, like you could have,
The
like that would be
Shield. Oh my
like
god, bro.
like a trios championship, like Imperium versus like this trio. Like it would expand more things for people because like Bobby Lashley, for example, like his whole thing was like Brock Lesnar, Bobby Lashley. That's it. We know that. We know that. That's cool. Like Seth Rollins is him and Logan Paul are going to fight each other at WrestleMania. We know that. We know that because he did like Instagram live, and he obviously wasn't real. In terms of like whatever, he did a good job until he started saying some other stuff, and we were all like, "Oh, okay, yeah, this is just hype up the match." I guess no John Cena, which sucks. So we know what he's going to do. We know Becky Lynch and what's her face, Bayley are going to fight each other, steel cage, and then probably fight each other at WrestleMania. I guess, or who knows. The Dakota Kai, the whatever damage control, who are they going to fight? They have these championships. They never wrestle anybody. So
that's the problem. That's the problem. You have titles and you don't defend them all on a consistent basis.
They just have too many wrestlers. They have too many. They have so many titles. They don't know what to do because they don't have enough wrestlers. They don't have enough like stables. They want to bring like Raquel Rodriguez. Like she'll get a push when she comes. Like I know that. Like she clearly will get a push. Like she will be probably on SmackDown against like Charlotte Flair because like she's like the new powerhouse kind of girl. She'll get a push. Yeah.
So I guess with that being said, this has been another episode of the APF podcast, episode 167. Is I, the most phenomenal man that shocked the system, aka the coach, signing out.
It's your boy going forward. Hope you guys enjoyed this really long podcast. I'm a man of here. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit those links down below, that arrow. And support the team. We're a small team, 2 people.
A small team, but
which is true. I'm not telling no lies. I'm a truth teller. But we'll see you next week, man. I hope you guys like this long podcast. I'm very dedicated, obviously. So yeah.
Right.
Look at this one. See? You see?
And we out of here.
What the fuck?
What?